everybody, to the Candi and Randy Show. I'm Randy.
And I'm Candi, and I want to hear that again.
Fun, isn't it? We will be hearing that tonight again. We will.
It's so catchy.
It's a catchy little tune, isn't it? And I love the subject matter, and I love our guest tonight.
Me too. We both love him for the same reason. He's hot.
We do love him for the same reason. We have Ian Park, is the sexy hot toddy from the web series Where the Bears Are, which has been very, very popular on the internet and is actually nominated over on AfterElton.com for one of the year's best web series. We're going to give you a link. Go to AfterElton.com to vote for Where the Bears Are for best web series. We're supporters. They're in the lead. We want them to win so that there will be a season 2.
You can also go to wherethebearsare.tv, and it will pop up this beautiful little ad, and you push on, and you can get their DVD and vote.
And takes you right there. You don't have to put any info in. It's not one of those things where you have to, fill out a form. You don't have to give your email address and all that. You're not going to be spammed. Just go to, like Candi said, wherethebearsare.tv, the pop-up, click on the link, and hit Where the Bears Are, just to vote. And you can vote every hour until December 7th, and we want these guys to win because it's a fun show.
Yes.
It was fun talking to Ian. He's cute and sexy, has a great speaking voice. And
I have to tell you, he's a really great sport because not only did he immediately add me, but since we talk about certain things that are sparkly, which you guys will hear about a little bit, I kind of tagged him in a pic that was appropriate to that, and he thought it was just the best thing ever. So, he has a really great sense of humor.
He does. He does. He rocked and rolled with us really, really easily. I think it's great. We've both been watching the series. It just ended, but the DVD is now available. And as Ian tells us, there's a lot of extras on the DVD. And they did something cool because since this is a web series, I'll let Ian explain it more in detail when we talk to him, but it's a 2-disc DVD package that you get, and it's presented as a full movie, and there's commentary, and there's alternative versions of scenes, and Ian will talk about that. He talks about, yes, they shot some of that. I think it's really fun. This came from basically who I think Ian refers to as the 3 Bears, the 3 principals of the show, Rick Kopp, Joe Dietl, and Ben Zook, who basically are the 3 Bears, and then along comes Hot Toddy, and he's a part of the entire storyline. He's not Goldilocks. Clearly, he is not Goldilocks. But they did a great job putting the series together, and I'm glad that we're getting to support them and talk about this. We had a lot of fun watching it and talking to Ian. So this is a lot of fun for us tonight.
I really do love the series. I mean, being aside that we interviewed somebody from the series, before that I really do love the series. It's funny. It makes me laugh so hard. Just the situation that the 3 Bears get themselves into and the things that they say and the way that they do things. It's just, it's hilarious. The things they say to each other, they get so bitchy.
They get a little bitchy with each other.
Maybe we should call you guys.
But in the way best friends do.
Yeah, right. But they do get a little catty, though.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, they do. They do. Yeah, it really is. Ben Zook, kind of the guy who kind of drives the storyline a bit, not to take away from the other guys, but he was a graduate of Chicago's Second City, and he's a founding member of the Annoyance Theater. Just all of the guys are really experienced. Joe is a graduate of Circle and Square Theater School. Rick is a veteran of dozens of TV shows and feature films like the Brady Bunch movie, which I loved, which is very funny. So these are really talented people getting together, putting something together, and they cast Ian Parks.
Smart men they were.
Smart men. Now, I will say up front, what was fun for me about all this was Ian lived in Las Vegas earlier this year, and I found myself at a birthday dinner for a friend of mine sitting next to Ian. I'm like, ooh, hello, what's your name is? And, he's very charming, and he's very smart, and he has a great speaking voice. And we had a lot of fun getting to know him, and then a few weeks later he did move from Las Vegas to L.A., and next thing we know, we're tuning into Where the Bears Are, and we're like, oh, my God, that's Ian Parks. Could I be in? Oh, my God, that's Ian Parks. In my man voice.
You're like, were you like, damn, I should have tapped that. I mean, I should have hugged that.
I flirt a little. I should have done something. Damn. Michael was on the other side of the table, and I was sitting next to him. I'm like, gosh, he's cute, and he's manly, and has a great speaking voice. So, but no, we had fun. We had fun, and you have a lot of fun with him in this interview. I will say.
I do. He is really sweet. I have to say that he's very sweet, and I kind of have a lot of fun like that though with gay men. I just do. It's fantastic and amazing, and I love you all.
And they like you right back for your glitter.
Yes, that's right, because I'm glittery.
That's it. It's the only glitter you like.
I do not like glitter on my vampires unless their face has just bit into somebody's cleavage, and that's how they got the glitter. That's
and
cool.
Then that's acceptable. Okay, I see.
Yes.
Got it. There you go. I find that acceptable. Well, I think we should go to the interview because Ian has so much to say, and we have so much fun.
If not, we're going to get talky and get in trouble. Yes.
And we'll get into exactly. Let's let Ian explain the whole thing. So here's Ian Parks, Hot Toddy, from Where the Bears Are. Ian, how are you? It's Randy.
Hey, Randy, how you doing?
I'm good. My co-host Candi is on the line.
Hi, Ian. How are you? I'm good.
I'm good.
Well, thank you for doing the show. And, we're both big fans of the show. We've watched the entire season, and I'm excited the DVD is out. I have to start by asking how I actually met you last spring at a dinner, and then you were moving back to L.A., and the next thing I know, I'm finding out about Where the Bears Are, and there's Ian Parks. So I'm curious, how did this opportunity open up for you?
Believe it or not, it was Craigslist that brought them to my attention, and then I guess in return me to theirs. I was looking for freelance work because I'm a film editor, so I was looking on Craigslist through the film and media, job postings, just trying to find some freelance work, and I saw an ad for a casting call for the headline said something like gay-themed web series, and in parentheses it said bears. It caught my eye, so I took a look, and they were looking for someone who was in their late 20s to early 30s, had, some facial hair, some hair on the body, and looked like they spent some time at the gym. So I thought, I was like, I kind of fit that description, and I had sort of been looking for something new to sink my teeth into to expand my social circles and just get something new on my plate. So I thought it had been a while since I had done any sort of acting. I was like, what the hell, I'll go for it. And I went and auditioned. A week later, called me a couple of days after the audition and said that they wanted me to do it and asked if I was free to start following Monday. So within a week, I was I was at their house and we started filming.
First of all, I'm surprised that there's actually real things on Craigslist. I had no idea. How do you feel about the role of Hot Toddy? Because that's the role that you did this season.
They didn't mince words. As soon as they had decided to pick me and we were talking about it, they said, no, just so you know, it's like you're going to be the skin factor on the show here. And so you're going to be the one with your shirt off. You're going to be the one who's asked to, walk around in underwear all the time. You're going to be the one who's asked to reveal a bit more than anyone else. And then they said, are you comfortable with that? I was like, that's kind of what that's the impression I got from the ad. So that's what I went into it, assuming would be the case. I fully expected. I'm not wearing a shirt for like half the thing, so.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay!
At one point I said to them, I was just like, do you think Toddy, the character, would have a shirt on by now? Because Ian, the actor, would. But do you think Toddy would have a shirt on? And he actually would stop and think and be like, no, not yet. So.
But I vote the writers should have you shirtless in season 2 as well.
Well, if there is a season 2, which, fingers crossed at this point, if there's a season 2, then there's going to be the rule of sequels. You have to up the ante a little bit. So higher stakes, more skin.
We're going to make it Toddy, because that would be okay too.
Well, you haven't seen the DVD, I take it.
We haven't seen the DVD.
I plan to get the DVD. Now I have more incentive.
Again, they do not mince words. They say it's just like, one of their main selling points has been it's just like some scenes we shot a few different versions of, and obviously we saved the bulk of the nudity for the DVD, and, because you can't put that on YouTube or the Internet as it is, and, well, you can, I guess,
right.
But you have to maintain artistic integrity here.
I do want to make sure people know, for all information about where the bears are and where to order the DVD, it's a 2-disc set. So what extras are on there? You just mentioned there are other versions of scenes that are on there.
The thing is, the way it goes up online, it goes up as 25 4 to 6 minute episodes, which when you put them all together equals about a 2-hour full-length movie. So on the DVD, so you don't have to keep hitting play or next episode, they put them together as one full-length feature movie with gratuitous nudity.
Yay.
The disc 1 has the full movie, and as well, we did a full-length commentary. So Rick, Joe, and Ben, they're the writers and creators. The 3 of them and myself sat and watched the entire movie and did a commentary and told stories about shooting. So I actually think that's the most interesting part, is to listen to all these tidbits that we include from stories when we were filming. Disc 2 there's a 20-minute Christmas episode, which is only available on the DVD. There's bloopers and outtakes. There's interviews with almost the entire cast and crew. There's behind-the-scenes stuff. There's Wood's webcam. One of the main characters, the director, Joe, plays a character named Wood. Wood has a webcam. It's actually a trip, because I can only imagine these guys, doing this at home. He filmed it all with his laptop, and it was just sort of like his character's paid subscription web show that he would do for his viewers.
So he actually did episodes of Wood's Cam. That's hysterical.
It's in episode 9 or 10. They talk about he has a webcam show, and so he actually made a couple episodes as the character, and that's on the DVD as well. It's the full package. Like, a 2-disc set was not easy for these guys to put together, and there's a lot of extra stuff that's interesting and gives a lot of backstory on how this all sort of came together. It's encouraging to filmmakers out there to get out there and just get moving on something. Like, if they have a project that they're passionate about, to just get out there and make it happen, because these guys did this all with no budget. They all have their own irons in the fire in the industry, so to speak. They just decided to do this on their own steam, and everyone who was involved, no actors got paid. The editor didn't get paid. The theme song was written and recorded for free, and they just gave it to us. The camera crew and everyone worked for free and just volunteered their spare time to be a part of something special. You get a sense of that when you watch the special features, that it's just, these guys we all got together and had a good time making a project, and we're really excited about the response. As
a cast, are you guys surprised? Is it what you guys thought it would be? Did you guys have no idea how it would be received as a web series, or what the following would be?
Rick pointed out, Rick is the key writer, and he said that the interesting thing about this, as opposed to something like Bear City, which is a decided movie, like you have to go sit down and watch Bear City 1 or 2, which are great. I love Bear City. You have to sit down and watch those all in one sitting, as opposed to our show, which is 25 segments. So we had time to accumulate an audience over the course of 3 months, which I think was actually a smart way to do it, because at first, maybe people wouldn't know what it was all about, but it would start to catch on, and I thought the season or the show gets better and better as it goes along. So you get people talking about it, and then they get their friends hooked on it, and then their friends get their friends hooked on it. In the end, none of us had any idea it was going to be successful or popular as it is. The 3 creators, the 3 bears, which I'll just refer to them as the 3 bears here. The 3 bears had no idea, and I know. And the joke is, what does that make me, Goldilocks? Like, no, I don't think so.
I love the 3 bears. I think they're very funny. They're fun actors. But clearly, as you mentioned, you were there for the skin factor. You are the eye candy. I think you guys have done some public appearances. And does everybody want to see Toddy? Do you get asked to take your shirt off? I mean, not that the other guys aren't attractive, but you are the skin factor.
There's a lot of skin factors in the show, I think. I mean, everyone, as far as the bear culture goes, you kind of hit all types of bears featured in the show. So I think it's really flattering to be considered the skin factor, and my character is definitely written as that. But there's a lot of sexy guys to look at in here. So
no, there are.
when we do these public appearances, everyone's very, let's just say, I feel eyes on me. Like I can feel eyes, even when I'm turned around. It's like I feel eyes on my back, and it's a bit surprising, and I don't see myself as that way, so it's very flattering at the same time. Yeah, everyone's the Three Bears, whenever they're at an event and I'm not there, people are asking where's Hot Toddy, and it's like on the Facebook page and online, everyone says, Rick, Jill, and Ben, we love you, and they refer to them as their real names, and I'm always Hot Toddy. Like, and I have to remind, like, hey, my name's Ian, actually. It's like Rick, Jill, Ben, and Ian. It's not Rick, Jill, Ben, and Hot Toddy. It's, it just kind of makes me laugh.
Well, to quote a line from Todd, are you looking at my butt? The answer is yes, we are.
Well, then you definitely want to get the DVD.
Yes.
Oh, yes. I will be getting the DVD.
Yeah.
Randy and I talked about that last night.
Ooh.
I'm going to be happy, Andy. Yay! Did you know the whole story arc before shooting? Did you know if Hot Toddy was guilty or innocent?
When they called me and said that they wanted me to have the part, the first thing I said was, is it me or is it someone else? And they told me, and then they sent me the whole script, and I got to read the entire thing from start to finish. Like, oh man, this is going to be juicy. That's sort of a challenge as far as season 2 goes. If we're going to do a season 2, is that now everyone's going to be looking for clues, everyone's going to be looking for hidden meanings, and we sort of have to step our game up. But the script changed a lot between the script that I read when I first got the part to what went up, and the finished product. They rewrote scenes, they added scenes, they took some scenes out, and they left a lot of room for us to improv some stuff on the set, especially Nelson, who's played by Ben Zook. Sometimes they would let the camera go at the end of a take, and he would just go on and on and on and come out with some really funny stuff. And some of the best lines in the show are things that were not written. They left a lot of room for us to have fun with it and play with it, and it was a really...
Did you get to improv the scene where you're being the personal trainer and, calling them like maggots and stuff? That was kind of funny.
Yeah, that was the second, whenever I got to the audition, they gave me those pages and said, here, now read this. And I just sort of, off the cuff, I adopted this southern, I don't know why, I started talking in a southern accent and just started yelling. And they cracked up. And they said, that's exactly what we want you to do for the show. So that whole thing, I had lines. I never really stressed about learning my lines. I would look at them before we started filming, and then we would just go with it as long as we knew the gist. They let us toy with it as much as we wanted. And, that scene, I pretty much just went off the cuff. And me getting down in Reggie's face and slapping him a few times, that was made up on the spot. That was actually my idea. I said, we didn't have a filming permit because it was just a short little scene, and there were people around us, and they started watching, and we're just like, okay, we need to do this and be done. So we were trying to figure out blocking and how to shoot, and I was just like, oh, what if I got in his face and started slapping him around a little bit? And I was like, put the camera there, and I'm just going to drop down and start making stuff up. And that ended up in the finished product.
That's fabulous.
I rewound that scene several times just so I could watch that because it made me laugh so hard.
A lot of people were kind of turned on by that, too, and I was just like, really? Like, you get turned on by me yelling in someone's face? Like, I could get used to that.
I could see that. I could
get used to that.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I have to say the part I rewound a few times was actually episode 16 at the Mr. Bear Chest 2012 contest when you helped the winner win. And I thought it was very well done because Toddy doesn't really do it out of a sense of ego. The way you help him out, it doesn't look like, oh, I'm hot, I'll do this. You just kind of step back and lift your shirt up just a bit. You drop your pants and show off a little bit. But it never ever looked like, oh, I know how hot I am. It was just like, I want to help my boyfriend out kind of thing. It was really very well done. Very subtle, very well done. And, of course, I like the skin factor. So. Well,
that was the only time in the entire thing where it was plot-driven nudity.
It was plot-driven nudity.
It was not gratuitous. It was to enhance the story. I wanted him to win, so I did what I had to do to get him the amount of applause he needed to win the contest. So plot-driven nudity, like I said, artistic integrity.
I love that. I have to use that phrase much more often now that I've heard it. Plot-driven nudity. Yes.
It's essential to the plot.
Yes.
Yes, we're going to have a lot more plot-driven nudity, I think, in season 2.
Yay!
Nice.
Yay!
That makes me happy.
Yeah.
I agree.
What do you think about the Webseries Phenomenon? Because I personally, I like this because it does give filmmakers and actors opportunities to do stuff they might not otherwise do. But also, I'm a fan of this 5-minute, 6-minute thing because I can like take a break from work, catch up on the latest Where the Bears Are episode or another series, and then go back to work. It's 6 minutes of my life, and I don't have to like commit because I have a short attention span anyway. What do you think? Or did y'all get any feedback about the structure of the show and being the short episodes?
In the beginning, a lot of people were commenting on the length of the show as it being too short. Mm-hmm. I think people thought at first that we were making these episodes one at a time, and that it was episode 1 would go up, and then we would start making episode 2, and then we'd put 2 up, and then we'd start making 3. It was just, these were filmed all at once in the course of a month or two. At first, people weren't sure how we were making them because they kept saying, they're too short. It's like, make them longer, guys. Or one guy even said, which made us all laugh, he was just like, put a little effort into it. So I was like, wow, put a little effort into it. I personally have never followed a web series before, and after this one started getting such attention, I started looking at other ones, and I found that all of our episodes are between 4 and 6 minutes long, and that's sort of this little sweet spot as far as time length, because some of the other web shows that I would watch would be 10 minutes, 12 minutes, and I found myself, it's just like, that's a little too long. If you're a smoker and you could take a cigarette break and watch a Where the Bears Are episode in the length of time it takes you to have a cigarette, then that's the sweet spot, because we want people to take a couple minutes out of their day to check in with the characters and see what's going on and then get back to their normal routine. The guys had some good insight. The 3 Bears had good insight in making them that length. And plus then split a 2-hour movie into 4 to 6 minute chunks, and you have 25 of them, so that spans 25 episodes 2 times a week. You have 3 months worth of material. So I think the length, though a lot of people wanted them to be longer, I think it was perfect because it left you wanting more, you wanted to come back, and it didn't take enough time out of your day where it was a huge distraction. And then you could watch it a few times. You could watch it over and over while waiting for the next episode and still not be out a huge chunk of time, like sitting down and watching a half-an-hour TV show.
I find that Michael makes fun of me because I consider that a commitment to sit down and watch a movie.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, if I'm going to do that, I have to do it. Whereas I just like the distraction and the fun of it and everything.
Yeah, and for it being 4 to 6 minutes, we managed to fit a lot of stuff in there. Like, it moves quickly. We keep a brisk pace, which I really liked. You don't get bogged down. I think the longest series of episodes in the web show is the Eagle sequence, where there's 4 episodes that take place at the Eagle. So you break it up, where that would have been a 10 or 12 minute scene if it were a full-length movie.
No, I prefer the shorter little episodes. Of course, yesterday I wanted to rewatch everything before we interviewed you, so I had a little bear marathon.
Did you? Do you have that theme song stuck in your head? I think I sing the theme song in my dream. It's a great song. Some friends of ours here in town wrote that and recorded it, and it's actually available on iTunes, so you could turn that into a ringtone if you wanted.
I just have a couple of their friends. I could put that as their ringtone.
There you go.
Make them happy.
Living in LA, do you find you get attention because of the series now, even when you're not, when y'all aren't doing any appearances for the show itself? Do you get recognized?
I do. Yeah, I do. It's happened a couple of times where I've been in Target shopping for toothpaste was the first time, and I was with my best friend David, and he was giving me all this flack about it. He was kind of making fun of me in a playful way. But I was just like, just wait, someone's going to come up to you in the middle of public, in the middle of nowhere and just recognize you. And, of course, he's standing right there, and this guy comes up to me and says, just like, are you Todd in the show? And I'm, standing there trying to decide which toothpaste to buy. And I'm just like, this is surprising and unexpected. And, it was, very gracious, and I'm always very flattered. And mostly I'm just excited that people are into the show. Very excited to hear people, online I get messages from people all over Europe and Australia, and we sort of have a global audience. Very surprising, and Brazil especially. Apparently, if we were to go to Brazil, we would be mobbed because there is a huge following in Brazil. Yeah.
Excellent.
Let's all go to Brazil.
Yeah, let's go to Brazil. We're thinking, we'll take that in season 2. We'll go to Brazil, do a location shoot.
I think that sounds like a good idea.
The blonde because there was no busty blonde in the movie. What's up with that?
Look, you got to have room to grow here. So season 2 is going to introduce some characters, and I keep saying season 2 like it's a definite thing, but because these guys, well, hopefully we spread the word and people, are into the show. But these guys, all the money to make this thing came out of their own pocket. We didn't have a budget. We didn't have backing or anything like that. So these guys took on some serious debt to make this thing happen. I guess making a full 2-hour movie and then breaking it up isn't cheap. So that's why we have a whole store with shirts and hats and DVD and signed posters. And we're not selling through a distributor because that way more of the profits can come back to them and they can break even, and then everything else after that is going towards season 2. So we're encouraging everyone to, buy the shirts and the hats and the DVDs because it makes great stocking stuffers. Everyone has Bear friends, so let's, spread the word so that we can make a season 2.
I have a friend that does a lot with the Bear community in New York, so I'm going to message him about the DVD and the series. And I have to talk to him about it. I will have to ask him about it. I know that one of my Bear friends out in Connecticut does, because he knows you. He sent me a little quote for you. I'm gonna get into my inbox.
This is where I get into trouble because I'm not the best with names and faces sometimes. So someone will come and start talking to me. I'll say, do I know you from the show or do I know you from
I'll tell you the quote first, and then I'll tell you my friend's name, whether you remember him or not. It says, "Of course, Ian was. It is one of the sexiest looking men I have ever met in L.A. He also proved that he can act, and he deserves to be proud of his work in Where the Bears Are." And my friend is Joe Minetti.
Oh, okay. I do know Joe Minetti. Oh, thank goodness it was someone I can recall off the top of my head. I'm not racing my Facebook page here. Hi, Joe Minetti.
Yeah, Joe's on my page. He's such a sweetheart. I love Joe. We've had him on the show before. Him and Jed Ryan, who is a big bear activist and does a bear calendar every year, and so I had them both on the show before. They're pretty nice guys.
Now, with the DVD coming out, it's out now. Are you guys out promoting it? Are you guys making appearances anywhere? Can people see you guys somewhere?
We are. You can see the full list of these events on if you just go to Facebook and search for Where the Bears Are, you'll find the Facebook page for the show. And we encourage everyone to like the Facebook page because we're trying to boost our numbers so that we can maybe shop the show around the networks. Who knows? Don't know what happens here. The sky's the limit.
Yeah.
But there's a calendar of events. This past weekend we were in Palm Springs doing a DVD release promotion. This weekend I'll be going to Kansas City. Just me, not the four of us, just myself. Then we're doing San Diego, we're doing San Francisco, all the cities in California or in the Southern California area that we can hit, we're going to try and appear at some point. And guys are going to D.C. at the end of the month. But pretty much any place where people are expressing interest in having us, we're going. It's just exciting to get out there. Apparently in D.C. there's a big bear group who got together every couple of weeks and would watch all the episodes of the show.
Oh, excellent.
Where the Bears Are nights they have, which is great. It's all very surreal to me. It's just like, really, this show that we did, none of us had any idea it was going to be like this, and now they're having nights at bars where the main focus is watching our show. That's incredible.
That's
more
awesome.
Wine and another episode.
Well, I think that it gives a light into the culture that maybe a lot of people didn't know a lot about. I mean, I know Joe and Jed, but I still didn't know a lot about the community until I watched the first Bear City movie. And then after I watched the Bear City movie, I found Where the Bears Are. And so I think it just gives a lot of insight. And one of the things that I've noticed is that with the Bears, there's like a size acceptance thing that goes on that doesn't go on a lot in the straight community.
Yes, we accept everyone. It's the best part. We accept everyone. I'm kind of curious, though, if you have any questions about the bear community that you didn't know, now's the time to ask. Because you have...
I think I've watched so many episodes and may have answered most of my questions. What I like best is acceptance thing. I think that it's great that everybody is sexy in somebody else's eyes, and I truly believe that anyway. I just don't think that in mainstream straight culture that's portrayed.
Yeah, and the thing is, a lot of non-bears have really gotten into the show as well. Like even in West Hollywood is sort of the, if I can generalize, I don't mean to speak.
Yes, you can. I know what you're going to say.
Generally speaking, it's a whole different look. It's a whole different attitude, and West Hollywood guys love the show, and straight people love the show. A lot of my straight friends, I've been surprised. Some of the comments on my Facebook page are from straight friends. I'm just like, have you been following this? He's like, are you kidding? Every Monday and Thursday? I can't wait to watch the new one. My mother loves the show, so you know.
Excellent.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's funny how gay life in LA, some people start out, and again, we're being general here, but you start out kind of the West Hollywood thing, and then you grow into the Silver Lake kind of thing, different areas of town, kind of different gay cultures.
Yeah, I missed that part. I went straight to the bear part.
Oh, you did? Okay, well, there you go. Well, if I looked like you.
I grew up in Pennsylvania. I remember the first man I was ever attracted to that made me realize I was gay was a teacher of mine, and I'm not going to say who because someone's going to go look him up, but a teacher of mine was a big, buff bear guy. He was just this 6'3", just this huge, broad-shouldered bear type guy. And actually, he sort of sitting in school, and I'm like, I couldn't figure out. I was like, why am I so transfixed by this person? That's when I realized I was gay. And for the record, yes, I'm gay. No one seems to believe that. Everyone thinks I'm straight. So, not the case.
It doesn't matter to me. I'll flirt with you anyway. So.
Yeah, see, we are very accepting of it. Bring it on. I'm all about flirting.
Yeah. I can go into the gay clubs and I get hit on all the time by the guys and it's a lot of fun. We didn't really have a big bear culture in Indianapolis. At least if there was one, I did not find it. So, but now I moved to Tulsa and I don't even know if we have a gay community here at all. So, I kind of miss that community.
They're out there. You do. They're out there. I'm sure.
I will have to find some more friends around here that know where it's at because I have the best time hanging out with all my guy friends, and we go out and they drag me along to the clubs, and it's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, I'm sure they're just dragging you, kicking and screaming against your will.
That's it.
I know it's
terrible.
No, because
terrible.
That's it.
They all do well. They try to steal my glitter, though. There is that. That's bad.
They do.
There's glitter stealers.
They need to get their own glitter.
Well, they usually do because they stick their face in my cleavage, and thus they get my glitter. But anyway.
Wow, so you glitter your cleavage? All right.
Absolutely. When you go to the club, you have to.
That's a good idea. I'll have to remember that. Just glitter cleavage.
Good.
Best times.
You don't glitter your cleavage, Ian?
I don't. There's too much fur.
There's a lot of fur.
No,
You get a lot of comb out there.
Yeah.
You would actually want to glitter your buns instead.
Oh my.
That would just share the glitter. Just saying.
Okay, well then that's fine. Actually, that'd be good because then you could tell who had stuck their hand down my pants and tried to grab at me because there'd be glitter all over their hands.
There's evidence that goes back to the mystery.
Now you would have evidence who grabbed you. Who would have to do with the glitter.
Like it was you. I see the glitter on your hand. It was you who was groping me.
That's it. I do want to mention, too, for people listening, go vote at AfterElton.com because Where the Bears Are is nominated for the year's best web series, and you can vote every hour until December 7th. So we want to make sure everybody goes to AfterElton.com.
It's hard to find the contest if you just go to AfterElton.com. So if you go to the Where the Bears Are Facebook page, or actually even if you go to WhereTheBearsAre.tv, there's a pop-up will come up that'll say that'll vote for take you to the right page to vote for it. And yes, any and all votes are appreciated.
Are you considered a cubby?
I suppose, I suppose because I'm younger. I guess I'm short. I won't lie. I got no problem with that. I'm short and beefy and younger, and I guess that makes me a cub. I've been called a pocket bear, tub, a prototype tub. Yeah, it's. I tried not to take offense. It's like no one's putting me in their pocket. What are you talking about?
I mean, I get the opposite because I'm a glamazon. I'm like 5'11" before I have heels on. So yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you're towering over me already before you have heels on. That'll be easier for me to get to the glitter cleavage.
That's right.
I would say I'm a cub. I guess I'd be defined as a cub. And then there's a whole other series of names to describe different sort of bears. I think it's interesting though that the word bear gets thrown around a lot anymore. I feel like back then your typical definition was sort of just like a big furry, laid back kind of guy. Now it seems like bear is thrown around to anyone who has body hair, anyone who's not smooth with a six-pack, and it's become its own scene almost, and it pretty much encompasses a huge variety of people. As you were saying, it's very accepting and sort of
and there are bear communities in there, right? Because you have like the muscle bears and the leather bears.
And the list goes on and on. It's there's a lot of different sort of, and then there's panda bears, which are Asians, polar bears, which are, you know...
And whoever answers the quiz right will, like, do a giveaway or something. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's like, you just show a picture of it and it's like match the bears to the, you know, the appropriate name. It's like, that'd be fun. See how many people get that. It's become very encompassing to anyone who, a normal guy. He's just a normal guy who happens to be gay, and that's become the bear community. It's doesn't necessarily go with a specific body type anymore. It's a state of mind. Bear is a state of mind. There's my bumper sticker for the year.
Bear is a state of mind. I like that.
Bear is a state of mind. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there are otters, which I learned that recently.
Those would be tall, bears with a thinner frame. Yeah, and then there's wolf. I'm not sure what a wolf is though. There's a whole list of these names. I think bear just sort of encompasses them all.
It really does.
This is confusing. This is as confusing as the handkerchief in the pocket and where it's worn and what color it is. And
yeah, I was never good at that.
Is there any? Is there any specific hanky code that everyone went with? Because I've seen different things.
I don't know. See, that's the problem. There's not like a specific hanky code. So in one city it might mean one thing, in another city it could be something entirely.
If you look it up on Wikipedia, they actually have a very interesting page on the handkerchief codes. I was kind of stunned that Wikipedia had a page on handkerchief codes.
The things you will find on Wikipedia.
I go there all the time, and I'm the better for it.
Randy was supposed to warn you about me.
Well, here we are talking about glittery cleavage, and I find myself surprised. I don't know what I was expecting.
That was a little bit of your hint there. See, normally Wednesdays, that's usually our kind of entertainment nights, and Sundays our show airs later, and we let Candi kind of run and go with that. And she really likes to get into naughty talk and having people talk about relationships and sex and a little more sex and then a little bit more sex. Makes her happy. And I'm along for the ride. And, of course, you know Michael, so you know what I live with. So.
Yeah, he's a handful.
Michael and I are very close in our personalities. I'll put it that way.
See, if you had told Randy, if you had told me that going into this, I would have been prepared.
Hey, I've actually behaved for me.
Well, okay, so here's your chance to not behave. What's a off limits question? I'll give you, if you have the guts to ask, I will have the guts to answer.
Oh yeah.
Okay, fine. What's your favorite sex position?
I guess it's all about eye contact and kissing.
Yay!
It's all about the connection. And you got to be face-to-face kind of thing. Anything where you're face-to-face is my favorite.
Eye connection is amazing.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, eye contact.
Even though the eye contact isn't there, you still have that full body kind of contact going on with the spoon.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Getting images in my head.
I guess, be naughty. I'm so excited.
Yeah, be naughty. Keep going. If you want to be naughty, be naughty. Be yourself. But that's what the bear community is all about.
I love that, too. They're not shy about sex.
Are they ever not shy about sex?
One of the reasons why I feel so comfortable with the gay community is that they don't have the sexual hang-ups that the straight community has.
I think that's maybe the gay community in general as opposed to the straight community. I mean, there's definitely a free love sort of aspect to the gay community, and especially the bear.
Right, and I can talk to all my friends, and we talk about whatever, whenever, and there's no problem, whereas if I was with a group of just all straight people, there would be probably 50% or more of the group that would be shocked entirely by something that I said.
Well, I think also my straight friends are sort of, they're surprised by how candidly I'll talk about my sex life, but at the same time they want to, like, they can't help it. They want to hear. They want to know.
Yes.
It's just like, oh, you straight people are so repressed.
Yes.
Like, let it out. Whatever turns you on, turns you on. Sexuality is a very individual kind of thing.
Well, I always think it's funny because people who I've known for many, many years, I'll introduce Michael to, and then I'll leave the room to go to the bathroom. And next thing you know, I come back, and there is full-on sex talk, and I just look at Michael, and I'm like, I know where this came from.
I love your husband.
Yeah, it's like, what do you do?
He lives for it. I laugh about it. Some people are like, does that embarrass him? Like, are you kidding? It's entertaining. It's fun.
Yeah.
People do need to relax about sex, in my opinion.
You want to be somewhere near us and eavesdrop. Just saying.
Yeah. My one friend Ken, he and I go to the movies sometimes, and he'll sit there and just talk full voice about some very sordid things that he's gotten into recently, and I'll just be like, Ken, everyone around us within like 10 rows is leaning in towards us to hear this conversation. Like, why don't you just stand up and shout with a bullhorn?
I'd be like, excuse me, is that seat taken? I just sit down next to you and listen. Go ahead.
What would people, after watching the series, what would they be surprised to know about you?
Okay. I think a lot of people, and I know Rick and Joe and Ben have experienced a little bit of this as well, a lot of people think we are the characters, that it's just us playing ourselves. And I'm not nearly as, what's the word? I'm definitely not hot toddy. You know, I'm not the first guy to take off his shirt and, you know, parade around, and I'm not the guy who's, you know, who's just going to drop his pants and, you know, show off this or that body part.
Mm-hmm.
That's not me. I guess I'm a bit more modest and, dare I say, conservative than that.
In public.
In public, yes, in public. In private,
right.
Once my guard's down once my guard is down, hot toddy's, you know, pales in comparison to what I'm like in my private life. But in public, yeah, I'm not that character for sure. So I think a lot of people have been approaching me and talking to me as though.
Cocktails.
Yes, come now. I think a lot of people have been talking to me as though I am, you know, that's me, and I'm not that character. It's you know, it is a character. It's a scripted part, and I was an actor in the show, so it was a chance to sort of be something I'm not really. I say that, and of course, like a couple of years ago, I used to dance on the box at the Eagle in L.A., so I used to be up there in underwear dancing around for hours. But I guess I sort of play my cards a little closer to the chest than Hot Toddy does.
Mm-hmm. Because Toddy is pretty out there, and like he's really after boyfriend. I mean, your character is just really up in his stuff constantly, which I think is really sweet about the role. Is that he's almost, I wouldn't say obsessed, but he's really into dating this guy, and I like that carries through the whole series. Is that he's really into it constantly, and the dinner scene especially. I mean, he's just ready to go.
Yeah, and
he's just very affectionate. I like that.
And people have been, you know, wondering, it's like, what's that guy doing with, you know, so and so? And it's like, what? It's like that's.
Oh, do you really get that question?
Yeah, it's like that's the bear community too. It's just like it doesn't matter, you know, we're not body fascists. It's like it's about.
Right.
I actually really like that about when I read the script and I realized the type of character that I would be playing. I was like, I really like that. It's like he might be willing to put it out there like that, but deep down he's actually a good guy and he really does care about. You know, Nelson, the character in the show, he really does care for him. It's like he has a legitimate, you know, he has a legitimate thing for the guy, and it's not just some sort of it's not a game or it's not a ploy or anything like that. It's just he's into the guy. I think that was very sweet, and it doesn't, you know, age doesn't matter, where they are in their lives don't matter. None of that matters. It's just he's into him, and that's what he cares about. So I thought that was really sweet, and I was glad that they went that direction with the character,
right,
as they were writing it.
And I like the way you put that, body fascist, because there's a lot of that goes on in the straight community, a lot. Because I'm a curvy girl, and I think maybe that's the reason why I like the bear community so much, because there isn't that going on. It's just you're accepted for who you are, period.
Yeah, it's the best part about us.
Well, when Season 2 happens, we have to have you come back on for a preview, maybe give us a few hints about what may be happening. I know it's going to happen because the series was so successful. I'm really happy that this has happened for you and it's been such a big success.
It's been a great ride for sure, and we appreciate it. And, you know, I'm very flattered to be on the show here with you guys. I'm thrilled that you guys are fans, and I'm thrilled to be on the show talking about it. It's a lot of fun, and I hope people out there in the audience enjoy it too. If they haven't heard of us, check it out. And if you have, you know, the DVD has tons of extra stuff that you haven't seen yet. Lots of Where the Bears Are love to go around.
Yay!
Yay!
Well, take care, Ian. Thank you so much.
Oh, really, though, thank you. The guys were thrilled that I was going to be talking to you guys today, so I appreciate the interest and helping us get the word out.
Absolutely, and please tell them how much we like it.
Thank you. It's been a great ride, and thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for being a guest. We appreciate it.
Yeah, anytime. And I'm sure the other guys, if you know, you ever wanted to get their 2 cents, I'm sure that, you know, they're thrilled that I'm talking to you today, so they're anxious to hear it.
That would be fun.
Yes, we'll have to have them on.
Yeah, I'd love to have them on.
Okay,
right.
Take care, Ian.
All right. Nice to talk to you, Candi.
Nice to meet you.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
are, where the bears are, where the bears are.
Go, Randy. It's your birthday. Oh,
Make sure, everybody, you go to iTunes and download the theme to Where the Bears Are. Just go to iTunes and search for Where the Bears Are. You'll find it. How fun is he?
He was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. He kind of let me do my own thing there, which was cool. Well, yes. He let me run wild. How could I not like him?
I'm so glad that the show's had the success that it has, and people really. I love these lighthearted things, and that people get creative, and they do something really fun, and that something comes of this. You know, I love that there's a whole community and like thousands of people are watching this. I think it's great.
I do too. I really enjoyed the movie that we saw, the bear movie, and then with this web series, I think more people within the community are reaching out and really enjoying the series.
Mm-hmm. I think you had a good point too. Also, that there's a lot to be learned from either the Bear City movies or from Where the Bears Are. Is that, you know, the kind of cool thing about the bear community, which is part of the gay community, is that I like that he's the term body. We're not body fascists, and
right.
There's really no judgment the way there is in a lot of the rest of society. You know, guys. I've been in Silver Lake in Los Angeles. Silver Lake's a neighborhood. There's a very comfortable neighborhood bar called the Fault Line, and on Sundays there's like an afternoon like party kind of thing, and it's very comfortable. It's not nearly as cruisy and hardcore as some bars can be, and it's really just about people being a lot more relaxed, and I've always liked that. It's inspired me to not shave my chest. Let me say that.
Woohoo! Well, I can say, you know, there's a difference. You know, Where the Bears Are is mostly a comedy. With some serious stuff thrown in, but you know, in Bear City there was a lot of really great romance and love in the movie, and acceptance, and I don't remember any of the characters' names, so I apologize. But I usually have to watch the movie like 4 or 5 times before I do that. But there was one gentleman in there who was a supersized bear, and the guy that loved him was just totally by his side the whole time. And, you know, he wondered back and forth between, do I get this gastric bypass surgery? Do I do all this? All his friends are like, no, you're crazy. But it was, you know, the love and support of his partner, even though the guy was pretty rough on him and sometimes, that, you know, to me made the movie, that made the movie for me.
Right. I agree. Yeah. There's just a lack of judgment. You know, everybody, you know, I don't want to generalize too much. Of course, every social gathering has its own, oh, look over there, oh, look over there. But I find the bear community is very accepting. And like Ian was talking about, you know, there's all kinds of bears. And, you know, like even within the bear culture, we mentioned a few of them, but like there's cubs, there's otters. I looked it up a little bit. Otters are generally speaking a slimmer or less hairy bear regardless of age. A wolf is like an older bear who's kind of aggressive or something. But it's not so much about labels, it's about not worrying if you're 20 years old with a six-pack ab and the prettiest person in the room. Not that there's anything wrong with being attractive, but as we all know, as we get older, there's more underneath the surface. And it seems to me that the bear community really allows people to get past the surface sometimes and find the person underneath.
I agree.
And I like that.
Yeah.
And I like looking at Ian Park. So.
That too. Hello. Randy and I need to start doing live interviews.
We do. So I do want to reiterate for everyone listening, please go to wherethebearsare.tv. You can order the DVD there. You can also, there will be a pop-up. We'd appreciate it because we're fans of the show. You can vote. It's a really easy voting thing on the AfterElton.com site, just to vote for Where the Bears Are as Best Web Series of the Year. You can, like I said, you can get the DVD. There are a lot of extras on the DVD. I can't wait to see it. Apparently, as Ian was saying, they shot different versions of scenes, so there might be a little more skin or something, a little more fun. And also, they did the commentary, which would be interesting to hear them talking about how a scene was shot. Oh, remember when we did this? Oh, and we didn't have the permit, and we had to do this really fast. And, it's kind of like kamikaze filmmaking, kamikaze TV making. So I think it sounds like a lot of fun. I can't wait to see the DVD. And also, I think it's cool that they put the whole series together as a full-length movie on disc 1 so that you just can pop it in and hit play. And it's silly and fun and over the top, and I enjoyed it a lot. I really did. I'm looking forward to season 2.
Yeah, I can't wait because it's going to be. I can't wait to see the DVD. I think it's going to be very fun and exciting, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get to see Ian's butt. So, yeah.
I'm hoping we get to see Ian's butt. I do. And maybe in season 2 we'll have a tall, busty blonde. Who knows?
That's right.
If she's in town for shooting, make a guest appearance.
Dear Bears, I volunteer.
Bear friendly, look over here. That's it.
And I can come with glitter. That's right.
And you come with your own glitter. Yes.
That's right. I really do have this purple glitter that I always wear out to the clubs. I have forever.
And the glitter gets spread around, I take it.
It started with one of the waiters at this gay pub that I always go to, and first thing he would do when I'd walk in was come and stick his face in my cleavage. I'm like, and one of the other girls that was there, she's like, oh, he likes you. I'm like, no, he's just taking my glitter.
That's it. He's just taking your glitter. That's it. I don't know why I'm surprised or not surprised.
I
and then
think
suddenly at the end of the evening, the whole room is glittering.
That could be true now.
Well,
but,
hey, you give.
That's me. That's right. Well, I get the honest request. This one guy was like, "Can I touch your hair?" I'm like, okay.
Of all things, my hair.
Of all things, my hair and my boobs. Got it. Okay, go ahead. Now, this Sunday, I have roped Randy into doing a Favorite Things episode. So we never know what Candy's favorite things are going to be, so you might want to stay tuned.
You never know. Absolutely. I'm certain. The one thing I'm sure of is that our list will not be probably the same. Similar, but I leave a lot of that to you.
I'm pretty sure there's a pocket bear who's on both of our lists right now.
I think so. Yes. I think there should be like action figurines of the bears.
That's a good idea.
I think there should be action figures. I do.
I think they should have
Somebody
their own
like
teddy bear.
Their own bears. Yes, they should like make a what is it? Build a bear.
Build-A-Bear.
I
think
a
they should
real
have their own
build a where the bears are.
Yes, and since it was our idea, we should each get a bear.
Ah, yes. There should be a Candi bear, a Randy bear.
We can't have a Michael
That
bear
alone
because
makes me laugh.
Naked all the time.
Yes.
We could do two little blonde bears and be Candi and Randy bear.
Two little blonde bears. That's it. That makes me laugh.
Goldilocks, eat your heart out. We're now bears.
Right. We're going to have our own damn bears. So yes,
showing it all the time, so we don't know about that.
So everybody, do tune in on Sunday for our favorite things, and also next week next Wednesday we'll be talking to Sam Harris from Broadway and the original Star Search winner. Long before there was American Idol, we had Star Search, and we had Sam Harris. So we'll be talking to Sam next week also. So I want to bring that up. I think that's going to be really, really fun. And I saw him recently here in Las Vegas. He still sings his ass off. What an amazing voice. I mean, he really does. And he's very, very funny. And I didn't realize that he is as prolific a writer as he is. He has a book coming out. He also wrote a television series and was a producer on it. He's a very, very funny guy. So I can only imagine where the radio show will go. We will get out of his way and let him do what he does. But it'll be a lot of fun.
Yes. I'm actually very excited about it.
Yeah. And I also, one more thing, every now and then I mention this, if you're listening tonight, if you're listening on the Internet in your browser window, at the top of the screen where it says the title of the show tonight, it says From Where the Bears Are, Ian Parks. There's a little icon of Candi and I, and under that there's a little button where you can say follow, and we'd love it if you click that and follow the show. We have a lot of shows just like tonight where Candi just brings out the other side of people. That's the only way I can put it. and we have fun. So we love it when you guys follow us on Blog Talk Radio, and it costs you nothing, and it's just a lot of fun. But it's been a lot of fun to have Ian on the show, and I wanted to wait. I knew I wanted to wait till the end of the season. Once I knew he was on the show, I thought, wow, this is a great candidate to have as a guest on the show. I knew he'd be a lot of fun, and he was. And now that the DVD is out, it was a great time to bring him on. So, again, I just want to encourage everyone to go check it out and go to wherethebearsare.tv, explore the whole series, support these guys. And if you've ever been someone who wanted to create something on your own and you wanted people to support you, this is how it kind of starts. And I know Kenny believes this with me, is you can't expect to be supported if you don't support someone else also. So these guys are putting their stuff out there. They're doing their thing. So check it out. Watch the shows and maybe order the DVD. I'd love it if you did. And that's how karma comes back to you when you create something.
Now, I had to ask you a question, Randy. The first time Phil and I were on together, because we get so outrageous, were you like secretly having heart failure?
The first time I was like, wow, we're going there. Okay. But, I was so enamored. Well, you have such a gorgeous speaking voice, and then Phil has that incredible voice. I'm sitting there going, oh, my God, I need to not speak at all.
I know. Every time he
y'all
calls
are so sexy.
He feels like, hello, gorgeous. And I'm like, okay, well, I just melted. Go ahead. What else do you want to say?
That's it.
Well, that went by really fast.
It did. We're at the end of the hour.
But
I appreciate Ian being part of the show, and thank you for bringing him out of his shell, which he clearly needed.
He just needed a little blonde touch. That's it.
Thank you, everybody, for listening tonight, and we will see you all on Sunday night at 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central, and 8 p.m. Pacific time.
Yeah.
And with that, I think we need to hear the Bears theme one more time.
Yes.